I didn't want to go to a meeting, but I'm glad I did. Are you troubled by someone else's drinking? You might be surprised at what you could learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-Al-Anon or go to alanon.org.
Okay, I'd like to call to order our regular Park District meeting, August 24th, 2023. Could I get a roll call, please?
President Waltz,
Here?
Commissioner Biedke,
Here.
Commissioner Carlson,
Here.
Commissioner Cook,
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley.
Here.
We're at approval of minutes, August 10th, 2023, regular scheduled meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Public communications, comments from the audience. Do we have anybody that needs a comment?
I have no comments today, Mr. President.
Thank you, Alan.
It's on the back.
Anyone in the back?
Come up to the
Can
microphone.
you come up to the microphone?
Can you get some space? Thank you.
Sorry, not a great night for this.
No worries.
Just a couple things, I'll try to keep it quick.
Just your name.
Jeff Snyder,
Okay.
resident of 1968. All the young people here remind me of what a pleasure I had growing up here with the Park District program. Just the other day, the 49th anniversary of Jim Lovell dedicating the Mercury space capsule that we had in the village for 30 years, and my mother took me there as a 10-year-old, and it was just nice to see that. So also learning to swim with the Park District at the pool connected to Lively Junior High. Great experience learning how to swim in junior high.
Disney.
And perfect those skills. Disney pool gave me the confidence to own a boat and enjoy boating. So you develop those life skills. So a couple of comments. Johnson Park, named after Lady Bird Johnson, President's wife. We'd like to see some bicycle trails going through there. I ride through there regularly, and the sidewalk is, every time I encounter pedestrians, I usually take to the grass, but sometimes they take to the same direction, so you have kind of a safety issue there. We'd love to see a perimeter bike trail, asphalt, keep it smooth. It's a great place for parents to teach their young kids to ride a bike off the street. So it'd be a great addition to that park. And that park connects Parkview South, two neighborhoods, to Centex neighborhood. We don't have roads there, so it's a major pedestrian and bicycle arterial from one neighborhood to the next. So I would encourage you to really look at that. That park, as Commissioner O'Malley and I spoke about, it's a destination park now. We have cars there every day driving from nearby, from the apartments and townhouses that don't have parks. So invest in that park, please. Get a beautiful playground there, but we'd like to see more done with that park. Okay. Last thing, I have a Facebook group here, the Pulse of Elk Grove Village. Sometimes people disagree with stuff on the group and they take to being aggressive, right? There's a certain member, I'm not gonna mention names, that acts like a real bully. And I've learned recently that he has some affiliation with the Park District on some of your programs. So I'm gonna give you a little printout to demonstrate to you guys, and I would appreciate if you could deal with that, because I don't appreciate getting bullied on social media for my opinions, okay?
Yeah, if you want to bring it to me, I can.
Certainly. That's
care
all I
of it.
have tonight, thank you.
And we'll get back to you on it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good timing too, Jeff. I mean, as we're approaching our budget season, certainly Mark's got a feel for what's going on in the parks, and probably all of us have our children playing at Johnson Park, but, you know, it's gotta start somewhere, so if we can all take a visit out there and see what's appropriate, you know, to me, that's low-hanging fruit to, you know, widen a path or do a pavement repair, so.
Yes.
Our budget's usually big enough, so if it's a safety issue or a desire for the majority of the community there, you know, we're certainly gonna entertain it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the audience? Okay, any correspondence? Hearing and seeing none. Recognition of special guests. Ally Geary. She's gonna come up.
We're gonna
and-
jump into the Ignite or
Or the Ignite Dance Company. I'm sorry. Sorry, you're, okay, so who can come up for the Ignite Dance Company?
That would be me.
Just to your microphone.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Byrick. I am the dance coordinator here at the Elk Grove Park District for our Pavilion Dance Center. And we have all of our amazing dancers and Ignite Company director here with us tonight. And we are honoring and recognizing them for their accomplishments this past season during our 2022-2023 season, although they've already begun and gotten started on their 2023-24 season just a few weeks ago. But we have some really exciting news, and we've got lots of trophies to show for it. They had a wonderful summer this past year competing in Ovation Nationals in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And this is a first place title that our Ignite Junior dancers took home. This is really exciting. As you can see, it is exactly as tall as many of our Ignite Junior dancers, which was really exciting for them. They won this for performing and competing their Listen to Your Heart lyrical piece at Ovation Nationals that took them home a national first place title, which is a really big deal. There was no guy. This was a piece that was choreographed by Ignite Company Director, Miss Jacqueline over here. We are so proud of them for their accomplishments. This has never happened before for them. It was, that was over here too. This was really exciting, and it was a huge surprise. What happened is they essentially initially competed at nationals, made it on to an additional level to the top 5, and then took place from the top 5, which was a really big deal. I watched all 5 of the pieces. I'm a little bit biased, but we absolutely deserved the title. They did a wonderful job. And above and beyond that, we competed many pieces, 22 dances total to nationals, and 9 of them placed at the national level. A first place teen solo, second place senior solo, second place junior duet, third place teen trio, 9th place teen duet, 6th place teen solo, and 7th place teen solo. We currently have 24 dancers that are part of our 2023-24 team this season. So in addition to our returning national champions, we also have new dancers that are part of our teams. Over 950 dances competed at Ovation Dance Nationals in Lake Geneva that weekend at the end of June. The dancers are judged and scored by a panel of 3 judges, and the top 5 scoring groups in each category move on to the finals, which is what I just explained earlier for our Listen to Your Heart piece. And their official title was National Junior Large Group Champions. We just completed our 5th season with Ignite. We're entering into our 6th season. They train with us up to 4 days a week and take 6+ hours of dance with us throughout the week, including many evenings and weekends at both conventions and up to 5 competitions throughout the season, plus an additional nationals that takes place at the end of the season if we qualify. This is our competitive program here at the Elk Grove Park District's Pavilion Dance Center, and we have grown strides over the years under the direction of Ms. Jacqueline. So we're really excited about our continued growth and the dedication and passion of these dancers up here. Many of these dancers, these are our Ignite senior dancers over here that have been with us from the very beginning, and they work really, really hard. They're very talented athletes and dancers, and we're really proud of them.
Congratulations. A lot of the board members here, and we do follow high school sports when our kids were in it, and then we've kind of grown out of it, and you kind of follow Kona and Elk Grove kids. I mean, for an individual to make a state tournament is insane. It's hard to do, right? So now you go through regional sectionals to go to state. Now to get to some sort of national invite, that's pretty sick. To win it is like ridiculously out of bounds. I mean, think about that. You're up there, and I don't mean to be coy, you're up there with like the University of Alabama. You hear about that all the time. And that's how big it is. It's amazing to have a national title. You'll never, ever, ever forget it. So if the whole group would like to come up and say their name, add something you want. If you can't figure it out, what high school you might be going to or are going to, anything at all.
Yeah, well, we can start over here with our Ignite senior dancers. They're a little bit more seasoned. You guys can take it off. Emily, you can get started.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emily Domke and I go to Conan High School. I'm Jaden Salvapatis and I will be going to St. Viator High School.
Oh.
I'm Kendall Zaney and this is my 6th season on Ignite.
I'm Isabella Murray Palou and I go to Elk Grove High School.
I'm Mira Santaford and I go to Conan High School. I'm Emma Cronfell and I go to Conan High School.
You're gonna have to speak up just a little bit.
I'm Riley Albright and I'm going to Elk Grove High School.
Thank you.
I'm Isabella Farringle and this is my 6th season on Ignite. I'm Sharanya Kalori and I go to Conan High School.
I'm Brooke Bouillon and I go to Conan High School.
I'm Kira Bruckner and I go to Elk Grove High School.
I'm Victoria Radzivolski and I go to Conant High School.
Thank you.
All right, now let's take a small break because I'm going to remind everybody you're going to watch this. Maybe you're going to watch it with your parents. So when I listened to you all, I was waiting for this. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Thanks for taking me to practice. Thanks for paying for practice. Thanks for watching me and listening to me and letting me stay up late. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Go ahead.
I'm Rose Rader and it's my 2nd year on Ignite.
Hi, I'm Gianna, and this is also my 2nd year of Ignite.
Hi, I'm Piper Zani and my parents paid for this.
So close.
Yeah.
I'm Claire Poderacki and thanks, Mom. I'm Mila Dimitrievich and I want to thank my parents and family for supporting me.
Hi, my name is Maria, and this is my 2nd year of Ignite. I'm Juliana, and this is my 3rd season on Ignite.
Is that everybody? Well, again, congratulations to the whole program. It sounds like you had just more than one team there, obviously.
We did,
So
yeah.
that's amazing.
Ignite is comprised of our two groups here. We have Ignite senior dancers and we have our Ignite junior dancers over here.
We'd love to get to the point where you had like a charter flight or something, you know? That'd be great.
Great.
The numbers are getting there, though, if you could take in that many teams.
We've got a really dedicated, hardworking crew.
Good, thank you.
So it's a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun. We're just really proud of them and Ms. Jackman too.
Thank you. There you go.
And girls, you probably don't even know this, I have a daughter that did it, and she took it all the way up to Orchesis, and I do feel the parents' pain, because every now and then my daughter would be like, tap and jazz and all this, I'm like, oh, the money going out the door. But when you have a passion, but like John said, we have all part, you know, our recreation programs, our football and soccer and baseball, and you get to a certain age and you stop. But with my daughter, and I see it with so many people that start out like yourselves, it's a passion that lasts for a lifetime, that you're gonna be dancing at your wedding and you're gonna be dancing with your friends. And the best thing that I like about it and your parents like about it, I've never seen anybody dancing in a bad mood. You're always, I mean, if you're in a bad mood, dance can take you to a good mood. If you're having some problems, dance, you know, there's this bond with music. If you're dancing with music, so for you guys to already hit the passion that you have, it's gonna continue for a long time. And I mean, that's a great asset that you guys have.
It's forever. I've been dancing in Dance Studio One for over 30 years.
With a new one coming.
Yeah. With another dance.
Dancing on the way.
Yep.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And to the
I-
parents, Bill hits it on that, we've all been there, like, thank you. Because without your support, they might not make as many practices and the program isn't going as far as they are, so,
We have an incredibly supportive team of parents, so yes,
great.
definitely not over. We have a really great dance program. Just a reminder to everyone that fall dance registration is already open. Ignite season has already begun, but the rest of our recital and non-recital classes will kick off the week of September 11. And I remember your daughter in dance.
I was gonna say,
and
one of you
Bob's
had to
daughter
have
in
had
dance
it.
as well.
Had
We're
her.
happy to have everybody, and we had really successful spring recitals this past spring. Our Adventure Awaits recitals were a hit, and our Ignite dancers are always a special feature of those recitals as well.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Thanks.
And I won't take that as an age-related joke. I remember years and years, but yours is in the 30s, so I can't remember.
I don't even know this, but Aaron's 26. Isn't that sad?
Awesome.
Way to go, girl. She finished grad school and she's working at Lutheran Home. She loves it. Yeah. See you later.
No, thank you, because my parents paid for this. Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Yeah, it's pretty quiet enough. Okay, so we're gonna get to recommendations and acceptance of approval. Oh, I'm sorry. God, Allie, I've done this twice to you now. Allie, can you come up and please introduce Tristan, new to Elk Grove Park District? New to Elk Grove Park District?
So I'm just going to do a little introduction of Tristan and then welcome him up to the microphone to add anything more to any questions you all may have. So a little bit about Tristan is he joined the Elk Grove Park District's marketing department on Friday, July 14th as our digital marketing specialist. He is a graduate from Illinois College with a double major in marketing and communications. Tristan was a recipient of the Elk Grove Fallen Soldier Memorial Scholarship that in 2019, and he also received an eSports scholarship to Illinois College. Tristan has worked at Pirates Cove for 6 years and as a manager for 2 years. And some of the exciting projects that Tristan is working on is he manages all 16 social media accounts under the Elk Grove Park District. He manages 2 email marketing accounts with over 22,000 email recipients and is managing and overseeing all of our digital boards all across Elk Grove Village as well as in our Park District facility. So he has been an amazing asset to the marketing department, and I can't wait to see the exciting things that come in the future. So if you all could just welcome or help me welcome Tristan Passett.
think Allie hit it on the nail, but that we didn't about me, so a little introduction on me. I'm just very thankful to be here and super excited about this opportunity, so.
Thank you. I have a question for you. She said a scholarship to Illinois College on EA Sports.
Esports, yes.
Esports. Could you explain
Yes.
that?
Absolutely. So I played video games for college, which I know sounds crazy, but it is honestly an opportunity, what we do nowadays. I had started playing a game called League of Legends in high school, so about 7 years ago maybe.
Right.
I was a sophomore, junior in high school. Something just me and my buddies did for fun. We competed in a tournament and happened to have a college there. Got in touch with them, and in the last 4 years I played esports in college, which was super cool. I got to play League of Legends. There's hundreds of other games people can get
Everywhere,
scholarships
right?
for. Yeah, absolutely anything. But yeah, it was an opportunity that I thought 10 years ago I never would have been doing. But I actually was able to go and compete against different schools. I'd go like 2 schools and compete in their.
It's a
giant
varsity
auditoriums.
sport.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a lettered varsity sport.
Yeah, I played against like D1 schools.
Right.
It was very,
Awesome.
very cool. I used to go play like I played like UIUC, like in their like giant gymnasium. Like it was insane.
Well, that is the fastest growing scholarship in all of colleges.
Absolutely.
It's coming on like a freight train. It already is here. I have a nephew actually that is now a D1 coach and draws a salary and a pension off being a coach for esports.
Wow.
So we've said it in the past years ago, we've thought about it, we tried it. So I'm gonna tell you what we discussed a few years ago that we could never pull off. And that was an esports tournament, somehow, some way, by the Elk Grove Park District. So I'm not your boss, but if there's any way you could look into somehow putting something together for us, because
love to.
all the commissioners sitting here, we've said for years, it's coming, we should be able to do it, we should be able to do it. And it just never got enough RPMs to get off the ground. So it's not a pass or fail thing, it's a please, could you just give it a shot.
Absolutely.
I think
So
we're in good
I had a
hands.
nice conversation with Tristan when I met him on his first day, and that's one of the things I talked to him about, was, picking his brain a little bit, and he says it's pretty easy to pull that off.
Yeah,
And he says there's absolutely a way to do it. You can hire a company to come in and it's a turnkey. And
Well-
our gyms are very well equipped to do it.
and I'm not saying we could get there, but the correct tournament can just leapfrog you into, next thing you know, you're in a national stage with your tournaments, right?
Yeah.
So-
I think it'd be a great opportunity for us.
Yeah. I think we were just maybe a little too old as a board to really grasp that concept. But thank goodness you're here. Okay?
I'm here for it, don't worry.
I
Bring
appreciate
in the
it.
new guns, yeah.
This is the most I've ever spoken to a new employee in my entire lifetime. That's how excited I am about it. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
6 years at Pirate Scope, you said?
Yes, I worked there for 6 years. It was 7, but COVID was in the middle of that. And then last summer and part of this summer until I started working here, I was manager there.
I'll get you on the side, we'll trade Maddie Schmidt stories.
Oh my god.
You just did that on film.
No, it's not.
There are plenty of stories with him, yeah.
I
He's
saw the
awesome.
video.
He's
I
awesome.
worked with him, he stopped working there, well, a year before I became manager. So I was up there with him for like 4 years talking to him. He had some good stories, I like talking to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he was very fun.
Yeah, he was a major asset for our park district. You know,
He was there for-
he cared so much.
Yeah, 20 years, he put
Yep.
into works, yeah. He's a cool guy.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Anybody else other than me hijacking 20 minutes of everybody's time about that? Thanks again.
Welcome.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Now we have recommendations of acceptance and approval.
You don't have to stay.
No, you don't have to stay. This is nowhere near esports level. So I have a motion and a second for approval of a pay request from Upland Design Limited for professional services of Marshall Park redevelopment project in the amount of $6,455.57.
So moved.
Second.
Just this is obviously the beginnings.
These are for the.
Drawings or
the
something?
Construction drawings. and
Yeah,
that
okay.
phase.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Biedke,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Yes.
President Wells.
We have approval of payment application number 2 for Master Project Inc. for the 140 Lively roof replacement in the amount of $110,653 and no cents.
So moved. Second.
So I remember talking about this 10 years ago. this roof. So whatever we did it right. Because we could have done this a long time ago, correct?
Well, I mean, we waited until it was really needed, and Guy Johnson, our facility manager, was able to demonstrate that it was about time to really get it done, so he's very happy that
Yeah.
he's got a new roof in
I
his.
think all of us were a little nervous about that over the last couple of years, but it worked, so. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
President Walz?
Yes. We're to committee reports. First up is capital projects, Commissioner Cook.
Okay, we have not met since my last report. However, we have started the Chelmsford project. They got the fence up, and we'll start tearing out some of the equipment, playground equipment that's there. So that project has begun. Windermere will begin in September, and we're gonna get some signage up there to remind the residents that that project is, they'll start working in September, hopefully. The tennis courts at the pavilion should be done by next week, final painting. September, we also have some work at the pavilion with replacing the ceiling tiles and also painting the walls in the gym area. And the Mather Park sign, we're still working on getting the ComEd to get that hooked up, so we get that up and running. And hopefully that will be done in September as well. And that ends my report for capital.
Any other questions for Tom? Finance Committee, Commissioner Carlson.
Okay, so the corporate fund is $262,277 in PPRT tax collected in July. All expense categories are at or under budget except unemployment insurance. Year-to-date of $1,835,840 compared to a budget of $1,869,075. Recreation fund, fees and admissions, $1,543,698 compared to a budget of $1,317,566. Program fees were $1,530,732 compared to a budget of $1,567,256. All expense categories near or under budget. Year-to-date of $527,437 compared to a budget of $292,331. Golf fund, 6,612 rounds played in July. Fees and admissions, $899,042 compared to a budget of $725,676. All expense categories are at or under budget year-to-date. Driving range year-to-date of $92,030 compared to a budget of $52,907. Year-to-date of $501,382 compared to a budget of $112,387. And that completes my report.
Any questions for Commissioner Carlson? Committee of the Whole is meeting. We did have a meeting 2 weeks prior, at which we did not have any Committee of the Whole. And in this Committee of the Whole, we discussed fitness center membership fees. And then we also discussed our annual assessment on NWSRA, which is Northwest Special Rec Association, which we are a member of, along with many other Northwest suburban communities. And thanks to Ben and partly to Bill, they did kind of reassess how they reassess. Does that make sense? Yeah, fair enough.
Assess.
Yeah, excuse me. And we did a little bit better this year for the first time in many years. It's still a very worthwhile program. And then we talked, that's about it. Am I missing anything on Committee of the Whole? Okay. Where are we at? Golf Course Committee, Commissioner O'Malley.
It's at the athletic committee.
Okay, actually, we're gonna give Scott a breather. He has so many committees.
Okay, good.
We'll
All right,
flip
we'll
that.
do the golf course. We did not meet, so now is a good enough time to schedule our next meeting. Brad, you know what I've said before, it doesn't matter which of your full-timers are there or not, so Scott and I would like to meet. Tuesdays also work for us, so sometime after Labor Day, but during the month of September, so Scott's probably good with every Tuesday, so am I, so what fits so that we can lock it in?
I want to confirm with Alex, and I know Dennis is on vacation for a weekend, so.
Okay.
I would say tentatively the 19th looks good.
And then just correspond with me, either give me a call or, an email, either way.
We'll do.
Even though we did not meet, I do want to talk about the golf course a little bit, some of the upcoming events. Brad at the last meeting talked about all the things that were going on in August. John, you were there, we just completed the Neinstein, one of the biggest, and Scotty was there.
That
One of
was
our
huge.
bigger events, usually we were between 70 to 80 people, we had close to 140 people there. Huge success, congratulations to the staff on handling that. On 8/26, we're gonna have live music with Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. September 8th, live music with Double Brood. On the 16th and the 17th of September, we've got the Club Championship Weekend. October 14th, the Par 3 Challenge. October 28th, the Super Revenge Tournament, playing the course. They're gonna set up as hard as possible. November 11th. In the meantime, we have met, we'll continue to discuss this in September. It's something that's been championed by Commissioner Cook, which is, during football season, it doesn't matter if it's a certain Saturday, the second Saturday a month, but certainly for Bears game, we're looking to have some consistency and some continuity between what we want to offer so that we know what other bars, if we're going to attract anybody to our golf course, it's either going to be, $10 hamburgers or $3 beers, but having the big screen present, so it will be discussed at our next golf course committee meeting. So, then I had some of the financials that you did not hit, Scott, that I wanted to talk about for just a minute, because, in a 22-year career, I rode the golf course hard when it was losing a couple $100,000 a year, so I've got to do the same thing. We're in a really, really good period, park districts and even private courses, because of the demand. So yes, right now, Fox Run is having one of its best year ever, just for the month of July. Not knowing if you guys look deep down into this, we had one of our best revenue months ever, $360,000 coming in. But more importantly, the actual operating expense that we did was less than in June, May, and April, which allowed us a tremendous month. So we are on pace for the record year for Fox Run when it comes to actual net profits. So that's really good. And then right behind that is the driving range, which is going to have maybe their best year. And more importantly, they're almost a standalone. We don't give them much thought, but at some point you've got to thank them. It runs smoothly, it's efficiently. There's no drama over at the driving range, and that's, Bob and his staff take a wonderful care of that. It's one of the reasons we've decided to invest more into it, not only with the 39-year lease, is it 39?
Mm-hmm.
Signing a 39-year lease with MWRD, but it allows us, you're gonna make $100,000, $200,000 a year. It's fantastic, so congratulations to the driving range. Then, if you guys looked at it in that packet that you guys have, and again, not even knowing how deep staff looks at it if it's not your department, the rounds in 2023 for May, June, and July were all in the 6,000s. One almost hit 7,000. We keep track of this to the general public that's listening. I've got in front of me 2022, 21, the breakdown, the rounds, the fees, what the average prices are. All three of the last 3 months are better than 1 month in the last 4 years, and that's even with COVID going on. So not only did we catch golf at the right time, we've been riding it out. So again, congratulations to staff. We try to keep it as bare boned as possible. We try to offer the greatest services, and right now it seems like we're hitting on all cylinders on that. And then right now our yearly total is 23,700 rounds. Unfortunately, in the past, it could rain the rest of the year. We're going to actually hit some of our totals that we're looking for yearly. And then looking at the Elk Grove Park District Golf Fund, the only question I had, Brad, and I don't mind bringing this up on air, the simulators for the current month are showing a negative. So I don't know if that's an error, which would actually make our numbers look better. If you look at the July 2023, and again, talk to me off air or something like that, but that's the only thing I looked at where we had, it says revenue minus 88 and then expenses, so something doesn't look right there. So we can talk about that off air. And that's it, just by me taking a look at the golf course numbers specifically, with Scotty and I being the golf course committee. So we're tentatively gonna meet on 9/19 unless I hear otherwise, and that concludes the conversation, President Walz.
I'll circle back on that simulator thing. This came up to me yesterday. The golf course has figured out summers is just, if there's no demand, right? If it's a nice day, the golf, people want to golf outside. But then I heard that, due to the heat, and this could be either heat or rain, Elk Grove High School was gonna go over there and use the simulators. And I was wondering, is that something we set up with them, or did the coach just say, hey, let's try it once? Because that's a pretty genius idea.
Coach Wayne, I know they had, fall league, the high school team, after their season, was ended, they did like a winter, spring league at simulator, so I'm assuming that was an extension of.
Well, this was, all high schools just set their teams about 3 days ago. They've had one tournament or whatever, and then I believe we get Conant girls and Elk Grove boys, right?
And
That practice
girls.
there?
I think we get.
Both
Elk Grove
Conant?
girls. and
Yes, you're
Conant
right.
Girls
Yeah.
and Elk Grove boys, correct.
So on these days, maybe it's something we could reach out. I don't know if Coach Rad or Coach Buccarelli said, hey, if they talked to Alice or Dennis, or if they just showed up and took them. But my point being is, that's probably not a bad idea.
No, it's not, I mean.
And you could sell it as, do 150 in or whatever, everything. So anyway, but that was the first I heard of it, and I was like, I wonder who set that up, because that's pretty legit, because we have no demand on the simulators. Okay.
Unless it's raining out,
Right,
most people
right.
want it, and if it is, even when it is raining, a lot of times people.
And yet in the
stay
winter,
there.
we're charging what per hour, and we gotta turn people away, right?
Correct,
So-
just the supply and demand.
Yeah, right. So, anyway, that's all I had. It wasn't more.
Or if it's 100 degrees.
Yeah,
Or 100 degrees, right?
we had a full course today.
Yeah, thank goodness we had a tournament that day. Holy
Oh, that's
jeez.
true, that's
Yeah,
what I
we
did.
had outing today.
Yes.
So 160 people, only 8 people canceled.
Yeah, and I didn't hear anything, everyone's.
Sorry. Youth Committee, Commissioner Biedke.
So we had, first of all, I'd like to thank Irene for all of her work. I know she had her busy time of the season with all the youth activities going on over the summer. Her and her staff did an amazing job. But I also would like to acknowledge Irene for, in the month of July, we had that teen activity, the splash party over at Rainbow Falls. And she actually, one of the hardest decisions that ever has to be made is calling something because of potential weather. And it was called at 2:30, and I was like, because you get those people that start doubting it, and it was the best decision that the Park District made, because that storm was an extremely bad storm, and we get great turnout at these events, and all I can think of that evening was if we would have had a pool full of these youth at Rainbow Falls, it could have been really, not a good situation. So I just would like to, that's a hard decision to make, and sometimes you make it and it backfires, but it has to be made. So I just want to say, nice job. We canceled the event, and we kept our youth safe, so nice job. We did have an event in August, the splash party. We had 277 teens at that event, so a great turnout. Well attended. The lifeguards are amazing again. They do a great job watching, supervising, and even having conversations with the youth of Elk Grove. So nice job overall. So that concludes my report.
Any questions for Bob? Other questions, comments? Okay, we're at the newly formed Pavilion Committee. Commissioner O'Malley.
Man, you're bouncing around because we still owe Scotty and Commissioner Cook's adult.
I never came back, Scott?
No, and then you skipped him for the adult, but I'm taking
I'm just
it
looking at the clock, is all. I gotta get under 8 o'clock.
because I'm still fresh. I don't need a rest.
Go
okay?
ahead, have at it.
All right, Tom, when would you like to have a pavilion committee? Also sometime in September would work for me. I'm doing a lot better getting there on a regular basis, so I'm just gonna be there at 4 o'clock most of the days, so,
Pretty much wide open.
okay, then what I'll do, Tiffany, is get together with you and find out when, the same guys, Doug,
Yeah.
Jeff, et cetera. All right, so for the board, we did not meet. I would like to mention a couple of things going on at the pavilion. I ended up talking to Doug and Jeff and Tiffany, trying to figure out what's going on for the next couple of weeks to publicize it. Let me look at my notes. The first thing is we have a brand-new aquatics employee. So at that point, the individual will be recognized here, but it's helping things run a lot smoother. Everybody else was pitching in, you know, obviously when you have a gap of 40 hours. The pool itself has been closed. It is open this Saturday. So the maintenance part is done. We're back to, you know, having all facilities open, both the outdoor and the indoor. The work outside the pavilion front entrance that had to do with some of the handicapped area, it has been delayed. If you want any additional details on why, you'd have to end up talking to Mark. You know, the why is not important, other than it's not happening. The massage area upstairs, what we call the rejuvenation area, it's been a really good success so far. A lot of people using it. The only thing that I wanted to point out to the general public that might be listening is that on September 1st, you have to have an all-access membership. Right now, anybody can use it, but you can upgrade to an all-access to get you that free benefit. If you choose not to even do that, you can buy a scan pass of up to 10, you know, for a certain dollar amount. I don't know the dollar amount, it's not important, but the bottom line is, if you didn't want to have the increase in the monthly fee, you can be specific and just go ahead and get the massage. So, and one of the individuals told me that to remind everybody, all our recreational programs go full gear right after Labor Day inside the pavilion. It doesn't matter if it's art classes, the dance classes that were here, you know, you need to sign up within the next week to 10 days or you're going to be left out. So just a reminder, if you haven't gotten to the pavilion, please do it. All right, I want to talk a little bit more about the rejuvenation area because he actually gave me some numbers. So you can purchase a 10 scan pass if you choose not to. Fitness only and any track pass members also have access to the rejuvenation area. All access and Pavilion Aquatic Center members can use Rainbow Falls right now. That's an actual perk if you're an all-access member, especially with the high 90s that are also coming. Obviously, we've had some warmer weather. That's a perk that we give to all-access members, that they can use Rainbow Falls this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This Friday,
Weekend.
yeah, this weekend, but Labor Day following. Right. Yeah, so you have the 3-day one. Upcoming events connected to the pavilion, September 8th and 9th. Well, it's at the Sheila Ray. The rummage sale will be there, but Pirates Cove Campout from 6 to 8 o'clock is happening on the 8th and the 9th. Parents' Night Out at the Pavilion Aquatics is happening on September 15th. I don't know if you were going to talk about it, Tom, but Pirates Cove Tween Campout is going to happen September 15th and the 16th. And then, same thing, if you want to get this information that I'm talking about, what's happening at the pavilion, we just need your email address. Because you get this blast, I just received one today, that not only talks about the pavilion, but it talks about we've got 19 different topics. So all we need is you to provide your email address and you'll get updated. You won't even need a brochure. So that's all I got for the pavilion.
Questions or comments?
Anything else, Tom?
All right, let's circle back to Commissioner Carlson for his athletic committee update.
Okay. Travel baseball tryouts were held in July, and there will be 7 total teams, no 10U team and 2 13U teams. There are 114 girls signed up for softball's fall ball season. 12U and 14U will play inter-village, and 8U and 10U will play in-house. Fall baseball has 185 players registered, which is 30 more than 2022. And all levels will play in the CSYBL Intervillage League. This season, baseball added a Pee Wee program for pre-K and kindergarten and a Colt program for grades 9 through 10. There are 4 Pee Wee teams, 3 Mustang teams, 3 Bronco teams, 4 Pony teams, and 2 Colt teams. Tackle football began conditioning on July 17th, and registration is at 89 tackle players compared to 78 in 2022. Tackle football will now be playing in the TCYFL. Flag football started practice on July 31st with 20 athletes. Cheerleading kicked off in July with 22 for sideline cheer and 49 for competition cheer, compared to 2022 with 13 sideline cheerleaders and 44 competition cheerleaders. They've also started, most of the teams have had 1 or 2 scrimmages preseason. They've all gone fairly well, but last Saturday I was at Park and Downers Grove, and I just gotta say, I walked across their baseball fields, pitiful compared to ours. Just saying. To staff, our baseball fields are so much better. Now their football field, they have the little stadium with turf, but the baseball fields, ours are so much better. And travel soccer teams are set for fall 2023 and spring 2024 seasons, and practice started August 21st. And that ends my report.
Thanks, Scott. Any other questions?
Now, can I add one thing?
Sure.
I'm telling you, my notes are all over. You're calling me up, I'm in my car, I gotta grab a piece of paper. Somebody else calls me, I'm on a whole different job site. So, hammer strength machines are back at the fitness center. So this was a bone of contention that we took out some machines, but the bottom line is, we listened to the residents and non-residents, and the machines are back. They're in the central area of the fitness. These aren't the old machines that came back, these are the brand new ones that we ordered. So now we have the best of both worlds. Not only do we have the platforms that were purchased that maybe led to the elimination of some of the hammer strength machines, but we have the hammer machines back. So I think everybody's happy on that. And then word is starting to filter out that our fitness center cardio training area that was gonna take place, it says on a sign, in the near future, it's been pushed back to the year 2024. It's just not happening in the year 2023. But it's not like we're not gonna do the project. We're gonna discuss it again at our December budget, and I wanted everybody to know, both staff and, the users of the fitness center, that will be coming in the year 2024. That's it.
And now, can I add that part of the delay is we don't even have drawings yet. And that's probably, what, a month away?
Yeah.
I mean, so we were hoping that maybe it would be something the board would consider, but as the time goes by, the timing is just getting less, I gotta call it productive for us to try to do it in the fall or even this year, so.
Okay.
So sorry about that, John. That's it.
That's right. So, Adult Center Committee meeting, it is Commissioner Cook.
Okay, we met on August 15th, and some of the upcoming events, trips, they have a Little Travelers trip coming up. Kittini Park is also a nice event there where you walk around the museum they have there. There's also a fish boil in Wisconsin that's planned for anybody that likes fish boils. Look on the brochure. Plans for the senior center will be in the adult center, will be in the parade with the adult center bus, so they're gonna be represented, the facility on that event. Also, the rummage sale, as Bill mentioned earlier, will be Friday, September 8th, and Saturday, September 9th. They'll be taking donations starting the 7th, I believe. And no large furniture, no electronic, no big screen TVs. But if you have other stuff to donate, feel free to bring some good sellable stuff to the facility. And they have 4 new members, so registration continues to slowly climb up. And that ends my report.
Any other questions or comments for Commissioner Cook? Okay, any old business?
Same thing, a small discussion that John and I had. I don't know if Ben would probably approve it, but I'd rather go through the right channels. When we end up doing our winter brochure, maybe it's a spring brochure, I don't know. I would like to spend time with Kelly and Brad and have a full page promo for Fox Run on there, showing the big 4 employees, with a small picture, upcoming events, a message to the community besides all the other information we have that's, what bands might be coming in the winter, here's the people you should be talking to. Again, I think it'll be creative. I'd like to have an opportunity. We reached 17,000 or 13,000 houses. I'd like permission to, sit down as a group and come up with a direct advertisement to the users, not so much with all our rates and fees. So John was comfortable with it. Does anybody have a problem with it? Okay. That's That's all I had for old business.
Okay, back to new business, I believe. Or no, this is new business. I need a motion and a second on adoption of resolution 23-03, a resolution ratifying the recommended assessments by Northwest Special Recreation Association for the calendar year of 2024.
So moved.
Second.
So that's something we spoke to about on committee of the whole today, so.
I think we should probably include, ask you to amend it to include a dollar amount, $320,854.81.
I agree with you.
You
So
blew it.
moved as amended.
Okay.
Second?
Second.
Okay.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Walz?
Yes. Paying of the bills, August 11th, 2023, in the amount of $87,317.72. August 11th, 2023, P cards in the amount of $163,077.03. And August 18th, 2023, in the amount of $152,701.67.
So moved as presented?
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President Walz?
Yes. I need a motion and a second to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of conducting a semi-annual review of closed session minutes per 2C21 and discussing probable or imminent litigation per 2C11. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Of course, Francis.
President Walz?
Yes. This meeting is adjourned.